Lamine Yamal, who? Who? Estevão. You're just a Estevão. Estevao. League on a stinker and absolutely hooked. Talking about La Liga games as if they're anything special, mate. These teams cannot compare to the Premier League and they can't compare to the two-time champions of Chelsea Football Club. When I said, yeah, earlier, not even weeks ago, right? And don't say this, oh, they got a red card, oh my God, can't stay. But it's a group stage game. I don't want to hear none of that. Honestly, I really can't be bothered with it no more. Chelsea, when they are under the cosh and getting doubted, how can you ever write them off when it comes to cup football, let alone the Champions League right now? I'm not saying they're going to win it, but you guys smash the likes and we're going to get straight into why you lot can and why you lot must and why you lot... Well, you know what? I wouldn't even mind you lot winning it again, but I can't really have you having 3 Champions Leagues. But let's just talk about the game in general. Slow down a minute. Take a deep breath. Whew, even for me, look, even if Chelsea had 11v11 against a Barcelona, yeah, I actually think the scoreline would have been even more because they have to change the way they play. Even if Barcelona had the 11th man on the pitch, they're still losing. No confidence, all very, very slow, can't get up the pitch, closed down, very, very... I don't know what to exactly name it, but imagine some canines hounding, you know, criminals down. That's how it came across. Hansi Flick or Hansi Postecoglou, you choose. But look, today, masterclasses all over the pitch. Masterclasses all over the pitch. Honestly, Enzo Fernandez, I must start with this man because I do give him a bad and a harsh time. Yeah? That man, I am starting to realize he is a big game player. When it comes to these moments when you need your man to shine, when it comes to European football especially, Enzo Fernandez steps the F up. Yeah? In the Premier, sometimes hot and cold. But let's be honest with ourselves. Who really steps up 9 times out of 10 all the time in the Premier League? Not many players. Yeah? So you know what? I'm going to drop my agenda now. Enzo Fernandez, I know he might cost a lot of money, but on my life, that man has mentality, man. I swear on my life. I said that like 3 times. Today, he marshaled that midfield with the rest of them. Reece James, Caicedo, Santos when he came on. Absolute special day for him. And he should be going out there or off the pitch with his head held high because you are absolutely fantastic. Honestly, that is... I'm going to take away the Club World Cup performances. But under Maresca, I think that might be Chelsea's best game. And what a time for the Bridge, because the fans were excellent. Their fans were brilliant. I know a few people that went there. Anyone know Lewis CB and the rest of them? Fats, rest, yada, yada, yada. My cousin. On my life, that was domination in the location. That was absolutely disgusting from Chelsea. What you did to them, they're going to remember that. Because it's like you lot were holding a grudge from that many years ago against these lot. And honestly, I don't blame you lot either. The fans were brilliant, singing top to bottom. The chants were hilarious. Barcelona support, what is it? Doesn't exist. The Catalonians, ugh, get over it. What about the Bridgonians? Yeah? The way I look at it with Enzo Fernandez's game, he was popping up in the right moments at the right times, finding the spaces as he usually does. There was a lot of questions with Maresca's lineup, yeah, because he had Neto up front, but it made sense. And we was actually talking about this on Never a Foul, having Pedro Neto, Garnacho, and Estevao. I thought João Pedro might have started, but he got rested, which is fair enough. Didn't even need to touch pitch, right? This high line that Hansi Flick, this stubbornness, it paid off and it just suited Maresca. His styles make fights, and Chelsea, this just suited Chelsea to a T. Me and Joey were speaking about it earlier, right? And even then I was saying, oh, I don't know which way to play the game really. I see Chelsea winning, but I expected Barcelona to maybe get a couple goals. I mean, Ferran Torres had no excuse not to be finishing that, but to come away with a whitewash, telling these other lot to pass the pad over because you got whitewashed like your Liverpool Football Club against Forest is nasty work. And Enzo was a big part of that team. That was my man in the match. But let's go on to the kid. Because Lamine, who? Estevao. That little guy there is the truth. 17 years of age, and he's absolutely got the world at his feet. Yeah, his talent is endless. And his potential is endless. He's just getting more confident, getting more minutes, and I think it's getting to a point now where Maresca's starting to trust him and let him in a little bit, slowly but surely. Today he was having, oh my god, he was having, what is it thinking? Who's the left back called again? Balde, of course it is. He gave him a torrid time, an absolute horrible time. That finish was, oh my word, right foot as well, top of the net, roof finish. Nasty work. He's going to remember this game for a long, long time. That man, did you hear the standing ovation? Did you hear that? For a kid of that age, that is unreal. Lamine Yamal locked up. But see Estevao, that man is dangerous. Honestly, Chelsea keeps shaping up to get more confident and just better and better and better. Now, they didn't even have Cole Palmer on the damn pitch. Didn't even have that on the pitch. Even Gusto is going down underrated. Gusto. Do you know how mad that is? At right back, him and Reece James were doing this thing where they kept swapping, and they've been doing it. This is a Maresca tactic of recent, right? And Caicedo used to do it at Brighton quite a lot. But these two fill in for one another, and Gusto's really learning in his trade, and I thought I'd just throw that in there to show his flowers as well. Reece James is one of your own, and he's brilliant. This is, I think this might be his longest run without sustaining any sort of injury, and you probably got to give Chelsea manager Maresca props, not just because of the tactical masterclass today as well, but also because it's the way the Chelsea medical team's managing his minutes. And I'm appreciating that because he's English and I really want him for the World Cup. And he's showing what he's been capable of doing as long as he stays fit. But Gusto got a lot of slack by Chelsea fans of recent, prior to weeks ago. But since then, you know, Maresca's found a little role for him, and I thought he's been actually helping out Estevao quite a lot. Since Gusto is very, very secure defensively, it allows not just Reece James as well being a partner there in centre mid, but it allows Estevao to get up, get forward, and keep running at them. Look, even when they had 10 men, right? Estevao just kept running and running. And you know what? They're lucky he didn't score another goal and even walk away with another assist. If the final ball was that little bit better and less thought about, he would definitely have been walking away with a brace today. The kid is special, man. And let me keep going. Marc Cucurella. That man there. Now, people are going to start slandering Lamine Yamal, yeah? He's done his thing. But that would be a big discredit on Cucurella. Big part of why they got the first goal. Linesman absolutely hates Chelsea. How many times he ruled that out? He got half the decisions correct, right? He either hates Chelsea or he felt pity on Barcelona. But you know who felt pity on Yamal? Because he kept having him up for dinner. Left, right, and centre. Marc Cucurella is the best left back in the damn world, and he's been doing this since of last season. Actually, go further, 18 months even. He's had a worldie of it even at Euros, underrated Euros that nobody really likes her because he's a figure that nobody really liked. That man, honestly, you're doing this to one of the best players in the world, and if you're doing that to one of the best players in your world, one of your own countrymen as well, is absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't care what Arsenal fans have to say with Calafiori, Calibati, Lewis Skelly. Nico Riley's been really good, but Cucurella has just been a top-notch, underrated baller, and I don't think he gets rated enough. I don't believe that's the case. Yeah, when it goes to attacking, finding areas, spots, inverting, overlapping, underlapping, it does not matter. Passing, he is everywhere, and he's up people's back. He's like a rash. Simple as that. When it comes to pressure, sustaining pressures as well, IQ level, knowing position and where to be on the pitch, he is elite. And Chelsea, for me, have the best pair of fullbacks in the world, right? Always up there, unless somebody can tell me otherwise. You know, maybe the centre-backs who get a lot of criticism. That's another clean sheet. Another one. Sanchez, where it's purple patch form, where it's Chalobah, Fofana, now he's fit. He's been playing really well. He adds a lot of quality to Chelsea's back line. But Chalobah, another one that's been getting a lot of stick. That's another clean sheet for these lot. I mean, talk about all the other teams' defenses, and we don't talk enough about Chelsea's recent form when it comes to their defense and their clean sheets. Defensively, their shape is very hard to break down. And the fact that they got mad athletes at the back, the recovery pace is there. In the air, yeah, cool. They might be a little bit suspect, but they're getting better and better by game. And that comes with a lot of game time, a lot of team chemistry work as well, and obviously off the field antics. And Chalobah, who I think is a very humble character, he is something that needs to be spoken about. That little bit on top of Fofana, on top of Badiashile, who they're managing at the moment, and on bro, even tossing. Everyone has a part to play, a role to play, and they absolutely smashed up Barcelona. Don't care if they don't have Pedri, they don't have Cole Palmer. Chelsea have faced mad adversity this season already, and they are second in the Premier League. Now they're in a top 8 in the Champions League, I believe. Yeah, and it looks like they are going... They're running rampant like they're the Mongolians at this moment of time. Scoring goals, keeping clean sheets. Everyone looks like they're confident. Garnacho looked really good today. In my opinion, once again, I thought he had an absolutely fantastic game against Koundé. I'm not going to be unfair about it just because I'm a United fan. I thought he was brilliant. Even the lap coming on, being effective. And you know what? Exploited every part of the area against them. I can talk about Caicedo and Reece James pretty much for this whole stream. Santos as well. That midfield three there is illegal, by the way. Enzo, Caicedo, and Santos. That is a very, very functioning midfield. Yes, does it lack a little bit of creativity? Sure, it might be. But in terms of trying to get the ball off them, in terms of energy, in terms of physicality, in terms of technical abilities all over the show, it is a very hard midfield. Honestly, Chelsea, when it comes to sustaining possession, is unreal. And we're talking about Barcelona team that's full of La Masia players and all these lot and blah, 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 blah. Hansi Flick had no idea what hit him today. He thought Marcus Rashford could come off the pitch and do something. Are you smoking Budgie Bannon? Well, let's get honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. Come on, man. Maresca is doing this and he's been doing it. You know, and you know what? Maybe those couple trophies that they did win during the the Community European Cup, and then obviously the Club World Cup as well. I feel like these players are smelling hunger, man, and these definitely look at a pathway, thinking that they're probably going to win something else this season. I don't know what, but something is brewing, and it has been brewing. Stamford Bridge as well, for somewhere where Sunderland, Brighton, and even Palace picked up points. There's a whole change of form than it looked like 2 international breaks ago. And you got now Chelsea's got Arsenal next, which is huge. And what a game for these players to kind of gear up for that, because that's going to be a special game at the Bridge, you know, and I don't think it's going to be easy for Arsenal either. Now, I look at this Chelsea team thinking, if you got all this mentality, a coach who knows how to coach, and players that know how to finish their dinner and do their jobs respectively, you go out there whilst they got Gabriel injury and so forth, and all these other players, fringe players that are not really getting as much minutes, you go there and you take those 3 points and you show them that you're in this title race for good. Because if the fans can believe everything, you can stop all this toxic behaviour and all this pessimistic behaviour, because your Chelsea Football Club, all you lot know what to do is win cups. Think of the last 20 years. I think most successful English side, if I'm correct, in the last 20 odd years. I'm just saying, the time is now. And I don't see any way otherwise, because honestly, if Estevao starting on the weekend and the rest of it, it's a different kind of game, but it's a game that could be definitely hard fought. And if you boys get into your heads that you can win, I'm pretty sure you might get some sort of result against that defense. But anyways, lads, Ladettes, Broccoli's, HDMI 5s and Rocks, please smash the like, subscribe if you're brand new. Let me know in the comments what you think about today. Love in a bit. Going to be live soon.